guys, it's Ruby, and it is time for another Las Vegas buffet review. We are here today at Resorts World for the brand new brunch buffet at Crossroads Kitchen. $48, all you can eat. Let's go see what they have. Just got seated here at Crossroads for their $48 all-you-can-eat buffet. This is very unique because it is entirely plant-based. The buffet runs from 10 a.m. in the morning until 2. There's no time limit, and it is only on Sundays currently. They also do spiritless mocktails if you don't drink, so I got a non-alcoholic espresso martini. We took a peek what's back there. There is a lot of variety of food, so we're gonna get our first plate and try it out. Okay. We've had the fried chicken and it was excellent. Look at that thyme on top. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. And let's grab some of these scrambled eggs. Ooh, those look good. Okay, let's get a potato roasty. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, bacon. We'll see. Doesn't really look like bacon. Stuffed French toast. I can smell it, you guys. It smells incredible. Oh my God. Ooh. A Florentine Benedict? Yes, please. Let's get one of those. We have a spicy syrup and a regular syrup. So I'm thinking spicy syrup for the chicken and waffles. We gotta grab a waffle to go with our chicken and waffle. All right, we got our first plate. Now let me just say that the atmosphere in here is so beautiful and lovely. They have a live piano player playing some music. My mocktail is excellent. We're gonna start with chicken and waffle. Now you could just get the chicken and the waffle separately, but I got them together and then I put a spicy syrup on top. I've had their chicken and waffle before and it was incredible, so let's see how this is. I don't remember if we had the spicy syrup though. It's such an impressive dish. So the waffle itself is really soft, airy, fluffy, but it's honestly the chicken that is so impressive. It's got crispiness on the outside, the texture. It's so similar to chicken, like so similar. I'm not gonna pretend that I know how they do all of this vegan food because that's totally out of my depth. But the seasoning and the spices here, especially with the little spicy syrup on there, it gave this amazing kick to the chicken. It's just an incredibly well done dish. Let's try the eggs. Now they also note on every dish if it's got gluten or nuts. So if you are somebody with dietary restrictions, they're really going all out here. Let's try the eggs. I can be really weird with eggs sometimes, and I have to say I almost prefer this and the texture to real eggs. They're really good, super good. All right, this potato is calling my name. It looks amazing. A potato roasty. Let's try them. Ooh, that is good. So the outside is totally crispy, crunchy. There's a little bit of seasoning here. There's thyme, rosemary, maybe a little parsley flavor, and the inside is like creamy. Basically mashed potatoes like in the middle of this crunchy outside. It is delicious. It is so good. Let's try this Benedict. So this is an eggs Florentine Benedict. It looks like they did scrambled eggs on here. I'm seeing chives. I'm thinking some spinach here, and then there's gonna be a vegan hollandaise. Let's give it a shot. You guys know I'm not usually like a Benedict person, but this hollandaise sauce is more light. It's a little bit, I don't want to say waterier, but it's thinner. It's got a thinner texture to it, which makes this a little more palatable for me. It's not so mushy or gooey that I find Benedict to be. The spinach, which has been wilted over the top, is actually really fresh and lovely. And then the English muffin is like a perfect level of toastiness. It didn't get too soggy while it was sitting on the plate, so I think if you are a Benedict lover, this is different, but good. I think it's a really nice twist on a Benedict. All right, let's see. Bacon. Now, I know this doesn't look like bacon. I'm very curious. Our server let us know that this is made with seaweed. So I'm curious, let's try it. I can't remember if we had this. All right, Mr. Ruby needs to get on this action. I don't think it tastes like bacon. However, it's a salty, crunchy, crispy texture. It's good. Yeah, it tastes good. I don't think it tastes like bacon. It doesn't taste like bacon, but it tastes good. It's If you like really crispy bacon, you get that saltiness. There's almost a little smokiness on the back end. And honestly, now that you said seaweed, I kind of get it. There's that umami flavor, which is giving that kind of meat flavor to the bacon. So while it doesn't taste like regular bacon, not that I expect it to really, it's very good. And that like crispy element, if I were to put that on top of the Benedict, I think that would make it even better because the Benedict is a little bit soft. So we did get French toast. Now, we should have put some fruit on here. That's our bad. We definitely should have. I did put some syrup on. It's a stuffed French toast, and it has like a cream, like a whipped cream in the center. We had this last time, and it was incredible. Let's see how it is. So good. So the cream on the inside is kind of like a mascarpone. So it's got that richness. You can kind of taste the sugar, the powdered sugar they've put in. There's cinnamon in there as well, and the cinnamon really comes through, and it's like, ooh, it's so rich. And then the syrup tastes really good, really fresh, and then the French toast is very fluffy. That is so incredibly good. I can't stress that enough. And with some fruit to add a brightness element, it would be very excellent. To me, the French toast and the chicken and waffle are such killer dishes that those are the two that I would say are the best on the plate. But I mean, gosh, if I were to crumble that like bacon into the scrambled eggs and this potato, it's all very delicious. So this first plate was blowing my mind. There's more to try though. All right, let's grab a pancake. Looks nice and fluffy. Look at that breakfast sausage. Oh my goodness. Let's get that. Okay, they have a variety of vegan cheeses. I am so curious. It says blue cheese. Ooh, a quince paste. That sounds good. Just like a few crumbly bits of this blue cheese. Gotta try it. Ooh, and let's get some of these dried cherries. Yum. Let's grab overnight oats. Those look really good. Should we grab the parfait too? No, let's do both. We can do both. Parfait. A smoked white fish. Wow. Looks like there's peas in there maybe. And then right next to it, smoked carrot lox. So we know what that's made out of, carrots. Got capers on there. That looks yummy. Look at these gorgeous bagels. Are you joking? I'm just gonna grab a half. I don't need a whole bagel right now. But I also want to try the vegan cream cheese. This is a scallion cream cheese. No way, we gotta grab a BLT. Look at that, oh. All right, we got our second plate of dishes. Let's start with the pancake. I put it on its own plate, drowned it in syrup. Delicious. But honestly, the stuffed French toast is so absolutely incredible. Just get the stuffed French toast. Let's try the breakfast sausage. It looks so good. You guys know how I am about sausage and sausage casings. Let's see how the vegan sausage compares. The sausage still has some sort of a casing on the outside that they've done to give it a little bit of snap to really mimic actual meat. This actually tastes like meat to me. This is like the chicken where like I'm not sure how they're doing it, but it's very similar to real animal protein. It's really nice. So this is a everything bagel. It looks like it's homemade. Everything's really fresh. And then they have a scallion cream cheese on top that looked really soft. It was very spreadable. And a carrot lox with capers. So I'm just gonna try it all as its whole thing as it's meant to be. Let's see how it is. First of all, that bagel is fantastic. I've made them homemade myself, and these are absolutely homemade. So delicious. The cream cheese is not as sharp as real cream cheese is, but it has this really nice oniony texture. And then the lox, this is really good. They have brined these carrots so that it has that smoky, briny taste that lox typically have. I really like this dish. Like this all together is actually really delicious. It's another big standout for me. All right, you guys, time for whitefish. So let's give this a shot. I have no idea what this is made out of. If I were to guess, either artichoke hearts or palm fruit maybe? I'm not sure. Let's give this a go. That I don't like. I think there's some sort of like fishy taste or fishy element that they're adding to it, but then I can taste the undercurrent of whatever the fruit is. That is no for me. So that's the first thing I've had that I did not like. Everything else so far I've really enjoyed, but the whitefish is a no. Okay, BLT. You guys, a BLT. So we had that bacon earlier. It was really crispy, kind of smoky. Let's see how it is in a BLT form, if it tastes more like bacon. The BLT is delicious. So those flavors and that crispy bacon in the BLT itself makes it really just taste like a straight up BLT. It tastes like a regular BLT. Now, Mr. Ruby is the BLT expert in our household. He makes amazing ones. This one doesn't beat his, but it is a darn good BLT. The vegan mayo here is delicious. It's really tangy and tastes like real mayo. Normally, we don't ever grab any of the meat and cheese board because it's just meat and cheese and we know how that tastes, but it's vegan meat and cheese, so now we gotta try it. So there was no meats on there, but they did have this quince paste, which I'm so curious about. A quince is kind of like in relation to a pear. They're like, it's very similar to pears. And it looks like they put this into a little bit of a jelly. That's delicious. It tastes a lot like the inside of a fig Newton, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like a homemade fig paste almost. That's really yummy. They have blue cheese here as well. With vegan food, when they make cheese, usually it's made out of like nuts. Sometimes it's made out of coconut. Let's give it a shot. It's supposed to be a blue cheese. Heavy on the funk there. Whoa. So it's got the texture of blue cheese, but it's like super, super funky. Like it's way more powerful than any blue cheese that I've had before. So it's kind of intense. I think I'll stick to normal cheese for me. So they also had some parfaits here as well. So they had an overnight oats and a yogurt parfait. Let's try the yogurt parfait. So the yogurt is really creamy. It's mild. I'm not tasting a ton of like super tanginess from the yogurt, but there is coconut flakes in here. There's granola in here and fresh fruit. I'm mainly getting that like coconutty flavor coming through with a little bit of the granola. The granola is flavored really well. It's got vanilla, it's got cinnamon. It's really nice. This is a really nice light dish, the parfait. I like it. So out of these dishes, the bagel with lox was so unique. I loved that. The BLT just tastes like a BLT, so it's epic. It tastes really nice. And the breakfast sausage was great too. So pretty much some really good options on here as well. We're starting to get a little full, but there is a pasta station and we gotta check that out. Spicy vodka rigatoni, yum. And then some Alfredo, oh. All right, we are gonna try the pastas. We tried pretty much everything in there. The only things we didn't grab was like a bunch of the fresh fruit, and they also had some salads. Now, if you are gluten-free, they do have gluten-free pasta here, so you can get that as an option. I am gonna try the Alfredo first. I think these might be like, I don't know what kind of noodle this is. Comment below, I don't remember the name of this specific noodle. The round ones, they almost look like gnocchi. That's really nice. There's nutmeg in here, a lot of cracked pepper. I'm getting a lot of fresh cracked pepper. It's not as creamy as regular Alfredo would be, but I don't mind that at all. I found Alfredo to be a little too rich. This isn't. It's a very light take on Alfredo with a lot of nice seasoning to it. It's good. It's not amazing. Let's try the rigatoni. This is much more my style. A spicy rigatoni. I prefer a red sauce to a white sauce. That's just me. That's wonderful. Ooh, really good kick. Again, a pretty thin sauce. They're not like super rich sauces. The noodles are definitely homemade. They have excellent texture, perfectly al dente, but that sauce has like a really good kick to it. So I think if I was gonna choose between these two, I would definitely go with the rigatoni over the Alfredo. We're getting pretty full. I think it's gonna be time to hit dessert. Right, dessert time, strawberry cheesecake. Mr. Ruby's excited. Tiramisu, looks beautiful. Let's do a brownie. The brownie is gluten-free, everybody. Ooh, it's crumbling apart. Let's do a lemon cookie and a lemon cake. We are on to dessert, ladies and gentlemen. There were 5 different desserts. I grabbed everything. We're gonna start with a strawberry cheesecake because this one is for Mr. Ruby. He wants this whole thing. So I'm gonna just take a bite. There's some graham crackery crumbs looking at the bottom here, a strawberry jelly on top, and then a kind of a creamy cheesecakey center. Let's see. The strawberry jam on top is nice and tart. It's really sour and fresh tasting. The graham cracker crumb on the bottom is really flavored nicely. The texture of the cheesecake itself is a little unusual. It's not exactly like a cheesecakey flavor, and it's more mild. So it's not a super overwhelmingly sweet dessert. It's mainly kind of tart and has a really nice texture. So it's good. All right, let's try a tiramisu next. I love tiramisu, so I'm gonna see how this is. I like this one better. The cream is more fluffy and light. The other one was a little more dense. This is a nice, light, fluffy cream. There's lady fingers in the bottom, and they've been soaked in a little bit of syrup. So I'm tasting that, and I'm tasting a good coffee flavor. I would imagine they might be using some of the same ingredients that was in my Martino, because it's really nice. It has great flavor. The thing about vegan desserts, though, is that I'm going to be a little picky because I can always tell texturally that they're not the same as like a dessert that I would make with cream and butter. Let's do this lemon cake. Looks nice and light and fluffy, 3 layers. There's a little bit of lemon curd in between and then kind of like a whipped cream topping. I like that better than I like both of the mousses so far. The cake has an incredibly nice texture. The curd is very sour. If I had one critique, I would make it a little sweeter with the whipped cream or in the cake itself, because these desserts are incredibly tart or flavorful, but they're not super sweet. They're kind of mild, but I do like that the best so far. We can try the brownie. Brownie is gluten-free for my gluten-free friends. It's very crumbly. It looks like kind of a cakey brownie. I usually like fudgy brownies better, but let's see what the texture is. The brownie is good. It's very chocolatey. There's a rich, dark cocoa powder flavor, and the texture is beautiful. It's very crumbly, but still moist. Great softness to it. Again, not super sweet. I'm not gonna lie, that could use a little more sugar. They're definitely being a little light-handed with the sugar here, and that could have just used a little bit more, and I think it would have been a really delicious brownie. Let's try the cookie. Lemon cookie, this looks really nice. Lemon cookie is my favorite by far. That is actually really good. You can skip the others. There is this soft, cakey cookie underneath, and it's nice and softly sweet. And then the glaze that they put over the top is this really tart lemon glaze, but it's nice and sweet from the sugar. So out of all the desserts, the cookie, hands down. Otherwise, I would say the lemon cake would probably be my second favorite. Just finished up our meal at Crossroads. So $48, there's not as much on offer as there are at some other buffets. However, everything is plant-based. So for my vegan friends, this one is an absolute no-brainer. I talked to several subscribers in there, some plant-based and some not, and they all absolutely loved this food. I also think the atmosphere is killer, and so is the service. So I personally would come back again for those chicken and waffles and that stuffed French toast. I think it's worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you guys think about Crossroads down in the comments below. Catch you guys all in our next buffet review.